Today, at 11:34 a.m., the last Fuji Hayabusa Express sleeper train pulled into Tokyo Station on track number 10. There will be no more blue trains traveling to and from Tokyo Station.
I couldn't help crying. I'll never see the trains again. It's really sad.
Well done for many years, Blue Trains. Thanks for the memories.
Fondly known as Blue Trains, long-distance sleeper expresses link the nation's capital and hometowns across Japan for half a century. But last December, a decision was made to discontinue the service. We wondered how travelers felt as they boarded these final Blue Trains, knowing it would probably be their last ride. To find out, we decided to travel with them on a Blue Train ourselves. February 2009, only 1 month to go until the train's retirement. At 3:57 p.m., Sleeper Express Hayabusa, or Falcon, left Kumamoto Station in the southwestern island of Kyushu. Hayabusa travels to Tokyo in about 18 hours. Along the way, it gets coupled with another Sleeper Express, Fuji, coming from Oita on the same island. The train was packed with people who wanted to bid their farewell.
I made a bunch of sushi rolls. Would you like some? I've got more than enough. Night. You take the top.
I'm scared.
You're not.
I am.
I've heard Blue Trains will be retired soon. My child used to take these trains to visit Tokyo, so I figured my grandchildren should experience it too.
Fuji Hayabusa has 12 cars, and 4 of them are for private rooms only. Each room comes with a decent-sized bed and a sink. The 8 other cars are equipped with bunk beds. We met a father and son who came on board in Oita. This is the father. He's 80 years old.
Why are you riding the train today?
Today? Well, because my son took me on a vacation trip.
He's your father?
Yes, he is. These trains will be gone next month. I figured I should be a good son and take my father on a trip. He thinks he's being a good son. But I couldn't miss a chance to ride this train. I figured I should take him up on his offer while I'm still up and about.
The son, Hatsumi Maebashi, is 60 years old. They visited a resort on Kyushu Island and are now on their way home to Nagoya in central Japan. They visited Beppu, a well-known hot spring resort. Masakazu has been living alone after his wife died, so Hatsumi suggested the trip to cheer his father up. Masakazu worked as a railroad engineer until 25 years ago. In fact, he used to drive the Blue Trains. But this was his first time to be a passenger.
My mother died last year. I wish she could have come with us. But it's just the two of us now. I enjoy night trains. It's still light out, but at night you can see the city lights fly by. I love watching those lights and eating special box meals each station sells. That's what's fun about traveling by rail, and I wanted to enjoy it with my father.
The blue train has crossed over to Honshu, Japan's main island. Shimonoseki is the first stop. Hatsumi was waiting for the door to open. With 5 minutes till departure, he rushed to a kiosk on the platform. He couldn't get boxed meals at Moji Station, the previous stop. This is his last chance to buy dinner.
Blowfish is over there, just udon noodles here. Here's your change, thank you. Can you carry them? Sorry, we're all out of boxed meals. You got your dinner.
Yes, I did it. Well, I got the last 3. I'm so glad.
At Shimonoseki Station, a new conductor from a local cruise center takes over. From here to Tokyo, the final destination, he will look after the passengers. "51-year-old Sadafumi Oda is on duty. The conductor is an 18-year veteran on the blue train. Soon after the train leaves Shimonoseki, Oda makes his first rounds.
Hi, thank you. Row 3, top and bottom. You're both going to Tokyo, right?
Yes.
Blue trains cover a lot of ground over many hours. Their conductors are expected to provide meticulous service. Oda makes a mental note of passengers' faces and destinations as he walks around the carriages. He needs to know who has connections to make in case the train runs behind schedule.
I try to remember who's going where in case the train runs late. You see these circles? They mark passengers who are transferring to other trains, maybe taking bullet trains from Tokyo to somewhere further north. So, if the train's late, I talk to these people first and confirm their destinations. I need to think about what I can do to make the journey a comfortable one for the passengers. And that's why I talk to them. And I try to put myself in their shoes, so I can figure out what services they would appreciate. I try to keep that in mind at all times.
In the bunk bed cars, passengers were relaxing, each in their own way. Time seems to flow differently in sleeper trains. It's dinner time for the Maibashis. They're having boxed meals with blowfish, a Shimonoseki's specialty. The son, Hatsumi, used to work as an auto salesman, but retired last year. Now that he has more free time, he asked his father, Masakazu, to take a trip with him for the first time in 10 years. Hatsumi didn't always get along with his strict father. But now, both in their golden years, they enjoy each other's company.
I had to run to buy these boxed meals. I got the last ones too. They ran out after these. We almost had to skip dinner.
The train will arrive in Nagoya shortly after 5 o'clock in the morning. The two went to bed earlier than usual.
Well, we've spent a relaxing time together. Now, it can be tiring for me at times having to take care of my father. He scolds me even now. I'm always a child to him. Yeah, but it's fun. Get to bathe in hot springs and ride our favorite trains. I'd like to do this again while we're both healthy. I'd like to take him to places for as long as he's well.
The Blue Train's history began in 1958, when express sleeper trains first linked Tokyo and Hakata, a city on Kyushu Island. The trains came equipped with air conditioners, a first for the then National Railway. With luxurious dining cars, the trains were dubbed a traveling hotel. In their heyday, nearly 50 Blue Trains ran across Japan every night. The Blue Trains brought many young workers from remote towns to the nation's capital to support Japan's rapid economic development. The trains ferried countless numbers of people. A married couple came on board at Shimonoseki.
There used to be 3 bunks, I think.
The two seem to have a fond memory of the train.
We used one of these trains for our honeymoon on October 13th, 1974. Well, this year happens to be our 35th anniversary, so we wanted to take a trip together we could remember for many years to come.
The Tamais live in Shimonoseki. This is the first time they have been on a Blue Train since their honeymoon trip 35 years ago. The two met at work. After getting married, they traveled to Nagano, central Japan, for their honeymoon. That's when they used a Blue Train.
I'm embarrassed. I used to wear miniskirts.
Short skirts were in at the time.
On the day of the trip, about 20 people, including their parents and colleagues, came to Shimonoseki Station to see off the newlyweds.
I was really embarrassed. Back then, people used to see newlyweds off at stations, shouting their congratulations.
Actually, Koichi, the husband, took his first ride on the Blue Train more than 10 years before that honeymoon trip.
I failed the entrance exam for university. I took a Blue Train for the first time to go to a cram school in Tokyo.
Do you have any memories of that trip?
Well, it's a poignant memory. I couldn't get into a university, and naturally I was feeling really down. Both my parents came to the station to see me off to Tokyo, and I must have had a worried look on my face. Seeing that, my mother probably felt really sad too and started to cry when the bell rang. And I couldn't hold back my tears either. That's how I remember my first trip.
The following year, Koichi Tamai made it into a university in Tokyo. On this trip, he's having a reunion with his friends from the school. Going to school, taking a job, getting married. For many years, the Blue Trains carried people at important junctures in their lives. Something unexpected has occurred. And here's the conductor, Sadafumi Oda, to the rescue.
That completely turns off the water.
A problem was found with the sinks in one of the cars.
If we close the main valve, you won't be able to use the sinks.
Water keeps leaking and won't stop. Oda tries to fix it, but to no avail.
This rarely happens, you know. Sometimes we have trouble getting water to come out. That's more common. This one's leaking too now. This is train number 2. The sinks in car number 7 have leaky faucets and the water won't stop.
Oda asks someone at Hiroshima Station, where the train will be making a brief stop, to fix the faucets. But the response he received was negative.
Can they fix it?
No, they can't. I guess I have to put up a sign that says broken. Let's see. Where did the stickers go? I thought I had a whole bunch of them. Oh, well.
Oda closed the valve under the sinks and attached a broken sign.
I better go tell people in car 7 about this.
After 9 p.m., passengers started getting ready for bed.
It's a belly warmer. She wears it at home.
Oda is making his last announcement of the day.
りを少し暗くいたします。それでは明朝浜松駅到着10分前6時20分頃まで放送でのご案内を休ませていただきます。ごゆっくりお休みください。
I'll get all the heavy bags.
Late at night, Oda began carrying some passengers' luggage. A mother was having trouble putting her child to sleep. Oda moved the family to a less crowded car so they wouldn't have to worry about bothering other passengers.
Is this it?
Yes.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your help.
Our attendant will be here soon. Are these yours?
Yes, thank you.
You left a jacket and bottle of tea.
Oh, we have our shoes there, too.
Oh, please check these.
Thank you so much.
My child wouldn't go to sleep, and I hated to disturb the other passengers. But the conductor was nice enough to move us here.
He approached you?
Yes. When I told him my child couldn't sleep, he found a less crowded car for us. She was too excited to sleep.
Good thing there was a less crowded car.
Yes, I'm glad. It has been 30 years since Oda became a train conductor. Through the years, the Blue Train lost ground to bullet trains and airplanes as the transport of choice for long-distance travelers. From the 1990s, Blue Train services have been eliminated one after another.
Thank you, Asakaze. All aboard!
Finally, the decision has been made to abolish the Fuji Hayabusa, the last remaining Tokyo Station-based Blue Train service. "51-year-old Oda was hoping to serve as a Blue Train conductor until his retirement. But now, with the Blue Train retiring before he does, his wish cannot be fulfilled.
I am disappointed after all, because now I have to see off a train that I was hoping would outpass me. It's the kind of train I wish I could pass on to my younger colleagues. Well, at least I can feel proud of having served on the Blue Train until its last days.
From Okayama to Nagoya, the Blue Train cruises non-stop. Before dawn, the train approaches Nagoya Station. Oda alerts each passenger scheduled to get off there.
Morning. We'll soon arrive in Nagoya. Is everything all right? Hello there. Number 9. We'll arrive in Nagoya shortly. Well, you can't use the loudspeakers yet. But we have to at least remind them so that they don't miss the stop. We can't guarantee that they get up in time, though, because sometimes they fall back to sleep again. In that case, there's nothing we can do.
Masakazu and Hatsumi, the father and son on their way back from a trip to Kyushu, are also getting off at Nagoya.
Well, it's almost over. Looking back, we were talking about how we'd like to do a trip like this again.
How was it?
He said, how was riding on a sleeper? What was that? How did you like riding in a sleeper train? Oh, it's nice for a change. Wherever I go, I've had nothing to complain about. Whatever I do, I just feel grateful. It's your first time, isn't it? It is. Well, I was busy taking care of my father, but I could still spend some time looking out the window at the back of the train, seeing, well, what should I say? The scenery, or all the lights racing away, which I always enjoy. I'm glad to have come. Let me take a picture of you.
The Blue Train brought home the father and son from their first trip together in a decade. Oh, my pleasure. Glad you could sleep. The mother with small children who changed berths in the middle of the night was also up.
Did you sleep well after that? Was everything all right?
Yes, but it was too precious a night to spend just sleeping, so I was looking out the window for a while.
What do you mean by precious?
Well, I was thinking this will be my last chance to see all this, so I took my time after my children fell asleep. Sayuri Sakano and her mother Shizuo and children are on their way back to Yokohama from Saga in Kyushu, where her grandmother lives.
My daughter has been shuttling between Kyushu and Yokohama since she was 2 months old. I gave birth to her in Kyushu before moving to Yokohama, so I'm attached to sleeping trains. I will miss them.
Oh, the memories are coming back to me. I remember taking the blue train by myself to visit my grandmother. They took the blue train 3 days earlier, too, on their way to Saga. These are photos from that time. This is a picture of us with my grandmother taken at the end of the ride. The grandmother, Masako, is 88 years old. They were escorting her back to Saga from Yokohama, where she had been visiting. Because of a knee problem, it is hard for her to sit very long. The express with berths proved indispensable for Masako. This one is a keeper. My grandmother said she wouldn't be able to come to Yokohama without a sleeping car. So, it really turned out to be her last trip there. It makes me sad to think about it.
Morning.
Oda started to look out the window frequently.
That's it, isn't it? What's that mountain?
Oh, that's Mount Fuji.
Oh, that's Mount Fuji. Why, it's beautiful.
Everyone cheered up quickly when they saw Mount Fuji from the window.
Oh, I got 2 shots already.
Wow, come and look. It's gorgeous. There goes a bullet train, too.
Unlike the bullet train, the blue train tracks many curves that let the passengers view the iconic mountain from either side of the car.
Did you see it? Did you see it?
Yes, we'll get a closer look, right?
Yes, just before 8.
Shortly before 8. I thought so.
Yes, ma'am.
On this clear day, Oda decided to make a special announcement.
今日は寝台特急はやぶさ9時号をご利用くださいましてありがとうございます。これより列車富士川鉄橋を渡ります。左手窓からご覧ください。ただいま富士山が間もなく見えてまいります。
It's coming.
Here it comes.
この富士川鉄橋から見る富士山が東海道本線で一番綺麗な見どころだと言われております。
Is someone taking pictures? Wow, amazing. Hey, look over there.
the train nears Tokyo, passengers are getting to know each other after a night on the same train. This couple got to know another couple who said this was the first time they had slept in bunks.
Oh, we talked about all sorts of things. I was about 29 years old when I took the Hayabusa to marry her. Oh, dare I say, I made a fresh start on the train. Since then, I've been working hard, and by the time the Hayabusa comes to an end, my life...
Our lives will be over too.
Oh, what a great time I had. I never expected to be this good.
Oh, you're crying.
Are you in tears?
Tears of joy.
All this has happened in just one day.
The blue train has been a crossroads for many people.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too. Please come and visit us.
Riding all the way from Kyushu, Sayuri finally arrived in her hometown. It was the end of the last blue train trip for her four-generation family. Tamai and his wife took the blue train for the first time since their honeymoon 35 years ago. Filled with memories, they bid a fond farewell to the train.
I was hoping you'd be able to get some sleep, but I couldn't. Well, this will probably be our last time in a sleeping car anyway, so even this will be a fond memory. To be sentimental, I only ridden as a young man, so in that sense, it watched me grow up, creating many memories. Hours and 1 minute from Kumamoto, Kyushu. It has been a 1,293.3 kilometer long journey. Awaiting Tamai in Tokyo were his Glee Club mates from college days. For Tamai, the blue train remains a symbol of youth.
And today, Oda was on the crew of the last blue train bound for Tokyo. The Fuji Hayabusa was on the very last leg of a long journey. Minutes before arriving at Tokyo, Oda took the microphone for one last time.
With this run today, the Hayabusa Fuji's service will be abolished. As a conductor, I share many memories with the Blue Train. It's been a great honor and privilege for me to be able to see it off with you. And I'm very grateful that we end the journey safely. Thank you for your patronage for all these years. Please have a good day and goodbye.